You don't feel like working out, and I don't feel like working out. Let's talk about why. If you think that you have to want to work out every time to successfully work out, then you're mistaken. I don't feel like working out right now. There are many days I don't feel like working out. It's days where I have to work out twice in one day. I almost never feel like doing the second workout. I want to give you one piece of advice that I've used that has worked for me to justifying and to figuring out when to work out, how to get myself over the edge when I don't feel like it. And that advice is everything that you do that involves moving your body, that involves burning energy in any kind. I'm talking working out, either walking to work or driving to work, taking the stairs or the elevator, clean up after yourself, the dishes, anything that involves moving your body. Subconsciously, your brain is weighing in if it is worth burning the calories or not. If it matters enough to you that you can justify doing it. You might not realize this is going on. You might just think, I don't feel like doing this, and you know what? I'm not going to do it. But when you don't feel like doing something, but you still get up and do it, your brain, or you have justified to your brain that it was worth doing it. This is the motto that I have used to successfully work out for years. And whenever I didn't have a good reason to work out, I almost never worked out. I would find a way to skip it, or to say I didn't need to, or to say I would do it later in the day or the next morning, or whatever the case was. I would justify it and then just not do it. I believe it comes down to just a survival technique for your body, which was carefully weighing in if it was worth it or not, whatever it was, to burn the calorie or not. This would keep you alive. Because if you ran around like crazy, burning all your calories before you could get more food in, you would just die. You would starve to death. If you were smart and you were able to conserve your energy and only use it when needed, when it was absolutely necessary, then you were able to survive. You were able to pass on your genes, and that is how we evolved. And that is why we are inherently lazy. That doesn't mean we're screwed. You just have to understand that to know how to almost trick your brain or to convince your brain. You actually have the power to do that, and it is 100% to do with making working out or whatever you want to do more important to you. Make the thing more important. And what I have done is I've had to choose something bigger to work out other than just choosing a random workout that promised great results. Here's a quick tip about certain types of workouts. The actual exercises or the actual circuit or the workout does not matter at all. Anything, when done properly and consistently, will get you in shape. Okay? There's no better one or the other. And I'll give an example just to prove my point. Just think about Olympians, right? Think about all the different sports of Olympians. We got rowers, badminton players, runners, skiers, basketball, weightlifters, rugby players. I mean, it's all over the place. And I can keep going. I'm sure you've already thought of a couple more. But every one of those people, none of them work out the same. They all have different types of workouts. Some of them lift very little weight. Some of them lift heavy weight. Some of them do more CrossFit stuff. Some of them do intensity training. They may have some similarities, but the point is, all of their workouts are completely different. But they're all in great shape. Why? Because the actual workout doesn't matter. But the reason why you're working out matters 100%. That is the reason why they can push themselves when they don't want to go. And that's the reason why you can't push yourself when you don't want to go, because you don't have a reason why. You might think you want to lose weight, but that's not a good enough reason, or it certainly wasn't a good enough reason for me. Because if you just have a reason of looking good, or I want to lose some weight, I want to lose a couple pounds, your brain will find ways to justify to cut out workouts, to not go. When you're supposed to wake up at 6 and work out, your brain's going to go, you know what? You could still go later in the day. And then what happens? Later in the day comes, you don't have time anymore and you skip it. Or your brain goes, you know what? This one workout doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I can just go tomorrow and I'll still lose weight. Because losing weight, there's so many variables. There's so much room for your brain to justify not doing stuff. It's not exact. And what you need to justify to your brain to work out when you don't want to is something exact. And that's what I've had to do. I had to choose an actual race, a 10-kilometer race. I had to find a training plan. These are the workouts. Monday I'm doing this. Tuesday I'm doing this. Wednesday I'm doing this. So when I wake up, I have to do that workout. There's no, oh, I'm just gonna cut it short, or I'll skip this one today and do tomorrow. Because when I first signed up for my first 10K, I didn't know if I could finish it, and that's the key to a big goal. You don't know if you can finish it, so you need to follow your plan. You can't skip a day, because what if you don't finish it? So pretty much, that is my tip for telling yourself how to work out when you don't want to. It is go find a goal. Go find something big that you want to do that kind of scares you, that you know that you have to give everything you have just to finish it. And then find a plan. It could be running your first marathon, whatever. Find a plan and then stick with it. And tell yourself that if you don't stick with this plan, you're going to become a failure. And put money down up front so you actually have to follow through or you're going to lose the money. Tell your friends about your goal. Tell your friends how you want to run a marathon. Let them laugh at you and try to prove them wrong. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your colleagues at work. Put the money down. Make it, announce it on Facebook. I don't care. The point is, make it so you cannot get out of it. And then follow the plan. So then when you wake up at 6 and you really don't want to go, and trust me, I don't want to go. Olympians don't want to go. Pro athletes don't want to go. None of us want to go in that moment. You can tell your brain, hey, these calories that I'm going to burn are worth it because I want to achieve this thing. It's worth it to do it. And then that's how you get out of bed. That's how you go on and do it. So that's just my couple tips. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did and you want to find your goal, I have a PDF that you can download that'll help you find your first goal. It's really up to you. I mean, the goal, I'm not going to sit here and tell you you have to do something because that's not how it is. Because everyone has a reason to work out, so find yours and make sure you're always working out for a reason.